Yo, if y'all hear me, man, y'all just hold on just a second. Making sure I go live and get my Facebook family in here. Making sure I go live and get my Facebook fam in here. Yo. All beats are made by me, by the way. Wallsy, what up, birthday boy? I know you out there turning up for the fam. How you been living, bro? What just happened to my... There we go. I'm finna share the stream and we gonna jump in. Hey, I got to major pressure. You see the shirts in the back? Boy, I told you I'm coming. I got another one coming on the way, bro. I'm gonna explain everything. We got some major moves coming up, bro. You know I'm gonna need you for the video features. You might as well get ready. I most definitely gotta get one of them order up shirts though. Y'all check my boy out, Wallsy, with them order up shirts, man. The order, man. I just always say order up. It's the order. Just a little light work and good. Always, brother. Always, brother. Always. So if y'all interested in these beats, man, that I'll be dropping, I'm gonna make sure I start playing them at the beginning of every show, right? I'm gonna play them at the beginning of every show, but these beats are available on my website, dj912beats.com. Give me a second. I'm finna post it in the chat. I just been out here grinding, man, working real hard. Still ain't got my wheels back yet, man, so slick kind of frustrated. If you order the shirt from me, they will be in the mail tomorrow. They will be in the mail tomorrow. I know I was supposed to send them out last week, but after I dropped my truck off in the shop, your boy lost his wallet, man. So this beat is available at dj912beats.com, man. Make sure y'all check it out. If you need videos, hit me up. If you need videos, hit me up. We on deck. Yeah, man, we most definitely got to link up in politics. We ain't kicked it in a minute, man, but work. We all be working, got families to take care of, and that's the most important. As long as them kids all right, as long as you straight, man, it's always gonna be respect when I see you. That's just how I rock. That's how I always rock. But I got to figure out how to drop my links on my IG too. But anyway, man, let's get this thing started, man. Let's get this thing started. I'm gonna keep playing beats all night, man. But we gonna kick it, man. By I'll play another beat in a minute. We gonna kick it off with a serious topic tonight. Something that caught my eye early in the week. Somebody sent it to me. But an angry neighbor, Asian neighbor, shoots a 6-year-old boy in the arm after swinging a sledgehammer at him. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So this is the story. Cam 1. How do I? There we go. All right, y'all. So there we go. All right, so I got this story earlier in the week, man. I haven't really did a lot of digging on it, but it's ironic that this Asian hate bill has passed, man. And first thing we come across is this. And black people don't get no love from nobody. That's why we got to show love to ourselves, man. And we got to understand who we are and what we do reflects us as a whole. We got to build our family structure back, and that's why I be pushing all my partners, you know, spend time with your kids, make sure you showing love to your family, because that's the most important thing, right? We don't get another family, and we can't always choose the family that we have, but we can choose to get along with them. We can choose to keep building. But we once definitely got to start at home to build. Ooh, I got another one I'm gonna play too. I forgot about that. You know, man, we're gonna be jumping all around the topic today, bro. But this one right here is what we're gonna start off with first. Angry neighbor shoots a 6-year-old boy in the arm. I'm gonna read some of the story, but we gotta protect ourselves, because I promise you, anybody shot my son in the arm, I don't give a damn what happened. He wouldn't have made it to court. But we gonna show you the irony in this. Don't ask me to pronounce this brother's name or this guy's name, but this is his name right here. Anyway, long story short, man, this young black man on the right runs to go get his bicycle out of his neighbor yard, the tricycle out the neighbor yard. The neighbor started slinging a sledgehammer at him. This is what the little boy like recanted and said. Not recanted, but talked about. And you can see it highlighted right here. Right? So he tried hitting me with a sledgehammer, but that's not going to work because I'm too fast. Then he got a gun and boom, shot me right here. He explained, talking about the little boy, right? So there is a video of this incident actually happening as well. A video of the incident was recorded by a neighbor's home's Ring doorbell camera and showed it's something else. So it's actually on tape, and also they requested he be released on $100,000 bond, but it was reduced to 10 G's. So his bond was 10 racks. Here's the video. I don't know if I can enlarge it. Hold up. I'm gonna enlarge it for just a second. Dang, that's as good as it's gonna get. But this is recorded from a neighbor's Ring doorbell, and you'll see the boy run over here to grab that bicycle. I ain't gonna play no more. I can't stand hearing it. But what you see is a bunch of little kids running away, and then you see it's all kids outside. So there's no way you could have thought these kids was doing anything harmful to you, right? And I don't think it ever says how old the young man was, the little boy was. I'm not gonna say young man, because that's how they always portray us in the media, no matter how old black kids are. Oh, it was a 6-year-old boy. My bad. That's the topic of the story. Anyway, a 6-year-old boy, you couldn't have been threatened by a 6-year-old child, and you 29 years old. You're almost 30 years old, fam. There's no way you was, alarmed or afraid of anything, right? And then they set his bond to 10 G's. And in the state of Georgia, if you get shot anything above the hips, it is attempted murder. I don't know what the law is in this state, which I would be interesting to look up real quick. Michigan. Let me do some Googling real quick. And we're going to see what the law is in Michigan. that's interesting because in the state of Georgia, I know for a fact, if you get shot in anything above the hip, it is attempted murder. Starting another person, or by any means not consulting the section. Or any number of years. Okay, so it ain't really giving me. It's not giving me a description other than Class A felony. Assault with an intent to commit murder. Is a felony in the state that any individual who intends to murder or kill will be found guilty in felony. Specific. It's just saying if you intended to kill somebody, the defendant intended to kill the individual she assaulted, circumstances must not reduce or legally excuse the crime. It's not really given. That's probably something I will have to dig on. Anyway, we're gonna keep it pushing and we're gonna keep it moving, man. Yeah, fam, I know, man. But the even the idea of shooting a 6-year-old child is unforgivable in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Because a child is not going to cause any harm to you, especially if they're going to get a bike. And what it looks like, he actually shot from inside his house. So like he was looking out the blinds and shot the child, all right? Because when they show the video on the news report shows a picture of his like front pane window in his house, and the bullet actually comes through it. I don't know. I wish I could find that official news report that I seen. It's probably everywhere on IG or something. Let me see if I can pull it up on IG and play it for y'all real quick. Okay, Fox 2 did the news report. Also, they did increase his bond. So right here, hold on. Right here it says, judge has ordered that a man accused of shooting a 6-year-old boy in the arm originally held on $10,000 bond turn himself in and has increased his bond to $100,000, which should have been done from the get-go. I don't know how you get out on a $10,000 bond after shooting somebody or any type of violent crime of that nature, period. I've never seen it happen before. The judge ruled on Thursday, 2 days after whatever his name is was charged with assault intent to murder. Thank you, they didn't charge him with assault intent to murder. That's another like just goal on paperwork. It's another I guess win on paperwork because it shouldn't be tried as anything less than that. On Thursday was given a $10,000 bond and was released that same day. sparking outrage among residents in the township. I don't know how you say that name because them vowels ain't right. But the prosecutor's office told Fox 2 on Tuesday that an emergency motion was filed to raise the bond. On Thursday, a different Washington whatever county judge heard the case. So it went on a different judge. It had to go on a different judge because that was some bull from the get-go.
You know we don't settle cheap or cut corners, and our results?
Hey man, I get so tired of these commercials on every platform, yo. It is beyond me.
Family's plea for justice is beginning to be heard.
Okay, so this is the original video that I saw. I'm gonna enlarge it so y'all can see it. This comes from Fox 2 Detroit.
29-year-old Ryan Lee Wen sent that family plea for justice is beginning to be heard. 29-year-old Ryan Lee Wen sent back to jail by a judge earlier today, being held here at the Washtenaw County lockup, and he'll stay there unless he can make a $100,000 bond cash.
I just want justice for Kobe.
6-year-old Kobe Daniels shot in the arm for apparently leaving a bike in the yard of suspected shooter Ryan Lee Wen, a neighbor.
He tried to hit me with a sledgehammer, but that's not gonna work because I'm too fast.
Listen how they say suspected shooter though. Man, we know it man ain't no suspect. He did it. That's why he in jail. So why are you calling him suspected?
Fast.
So then what did he do?
Got a gun. Boom. Shot me right here.
The tragedy on video. Lee Wen walked free, getting just a $10,000 bond Tuesday, no tether either.
If you're violent and you lose your cool, you need to be locked up.
That's been Arnold's plea, trying to get Lee Wen back behind bars. An emergency hearing Thursday regarding his bail.
My first name is Ryan, and last name is Lee Wen.
The Washtenaw County prosecutor Ellie Sabat originally requested a $100,000 cash bond and went for that again with a list of specific bond conditions.
Specifically, given the gravity of this case and the significant risk to public safety, the people are requesting the defendant be immediately remanded into custody.
Sabat said in court after the shooting happened in Ypsilanti Township Saturday, Lee Wen admitted to shooting a
Look, how did it get to the window though?
Gun out of his window.
The additional facts that were presented by the people.
Again, he shot the gun out the window at a child. Bro, you in the house, you in safety. So even if it was a grown adult, you ain't had no reason to shoot. That's crazy. That just shows you attack on us, period. Don't matter who it is, no matter what color, race, or creed, man. But he wouldn't have made it to jail fucking with me.
In the motion that were not presented at the arraignment are quite troubling. Defendant is to turn himself over to the custody of the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department today. I'm going to set a new bond at $100,000 cash or surety.
The news bittersweet for Arnold Daniel and Kobe.
If I hadn't initiated calling the news people and getting someone else involved, me just fighting from my podium, he would still be free, and these people would have ignored me to the end of time.
He says Lee Wen's mother is a longtime employee of the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office and is concerned that Lee Wen has gotten preferential treatment.
Ryan, I really don't have no hard feelings. You know, I don't have no hard feelings, but you're wrong. You're wrong, man. You lost your mind, man, and you need to be held accountable.
Now, if he is able
all that
to
white stuff on your mouth like that, man, you ain't gonna be on TV. You got to go wash your whole face. Well, mama said you got to wash your whole face before you come outside, bro. Dang. But anyway, I'm glad. Like they said, it's a bittersweet moment that you even had to go back to. That you even had to go back to fight and get some type of justice just up front. Then number two, if his mom works for the county sheriff's offices, why are you not protecting your own, so to speak? You know what I mean? Like, if you work for me, then I got to go hard for you. Like, how did that even fly on the radar? Which is crazy. That's beyond me, man. But we just got to be careful out here, man. We most definitely got to be careful out here. we most definitely got to keep our guards up, man, and keep an eye on our kids, because that's just crazy, man. The Cash App is there so we can start promoting this podcast, man, and getting it out to a bigger audience. Even go to a couple nights during the week, because I've been getting requests and people keep asking about it. And I think I'm gonna do it, man. What you see in the background right here is the shirts that I'm selling. These shirts are one-offs, so these shirts are gonna be sold until I have no more left, which I have less than 10 left. If you want these shirts, drop a comment in the chat or hit me in my DMs, and I'll get right with you on the sizes and everything. We also back here have my homegirl Nigeria, her candles. See if y'all can see that. So it says Shop Nonsense, right? That's her candle, which I got some sage from her this week. I actually got 2 bundles of sage, and these candles are magnificent, bro. Light your house up, support us, man. Support us. All these candles she got is fire, but this one right here, I don't even want to burn this one right here. It's peach peppermint or something like that. I ain't even gonna burn it, you feel me? But Breaking the Movie, which I will be streaming and giving y'all a commentary on it later on in the week. I'm actually I bought the box set of this movie, and I will be playing it tonight when I get off this podcast stream. But let me go over here to an email, and we're gonna jump on the very, very next topic, man. So what y'all think about what happened with that case? Also, what was in the news this week too, Jay Prince's nephew got killed, and Jay Prince had a word for anybody involved in it. And we know Jay Prince. When Jay Prince talk, Jay Prince mean business, man. Pure business. But y'all don't blame him, man. This topic came from TikTok, man. And I'm pulling it up because I want y'all to hear what he said, and then I'm gonna kind of break it down. Yo, what's up, Mr. Ward? Yeah, man. Them candles off the chain, man. Them candles is off the chain. I get some pretty much every, I don't know. I ain't been as frequent as I should, because I know when I get on my cleaning spree, man, I go get them candles and crank up like mama do in the morning. Cut on that music. See, mama's playing church music. I be playing trap music. So, you know what I'm saying? I was listening to Mo 3, Pooh Shiesty, listening to some Polo G, turned it up, cleaned the refrigerator out, mopped the floors, vacuumed the floors, man. I just went through the whole house this week, man. And, but we're going to jump into this topic right here about black leadership, right? And, here we go, man. I'm finna play it for y'all so y'all can hear it.
Repairment of the family model in the black community has to happen before we get to any wealth. Otherwise, it's only one generation. They call it the 64 hidden year history in America between 1619 and 1555, where that was supposed to be the making of the slave. And that making of the slave was destroying that aspects of family unit. You can rob them of their name, you can rob them of their culture, their masculinity, their femininity, everything that brings them together as a family unit. We live in a very capitalist society that's ran by white families, and families run the world, not governments and special interest groups and corporations. So I believe that every black family should have an LLC. Number one, I also believe in a family model. Don't do business without family. That's my motto. I know for most of us that's crazy, right? Because we was taught don't do business with family. But
they crazy.
That's only true for a dysfunctional family. Let's work towards, well, how do we create functional families? The repairment of the family model in the black community has to happen before we get to any wealth. Otherwise, it's only one generation. They call it the 64 hidden year history in America between 1619 and 1555, where that was supposed to be the making of the slave. And that making of the slave was destroying that aspects of family unit. You can rob them of their name, you can rob them of their culture, their masculinity, their femininity, everything that brings them together as a family unit. We live in a very capitalist society that's ran by white families. And
so in essence, man, we've all heard people say don't do business with family and this, that, and the third, man. And I want to tackle it, man. I really want to tackle it. Boom. All right, man, if you didn't know, you're in tune with the Stay Dangerous podcast, man. This stream is to bring news, man. News. No matter what kind of news, good, bad news, and everything. But this is Stay Dangerous podcast. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share. Make sure if you want somebody on here, man, to bring them in. I don't mind interviewing people. That's what I aim to do and look forward to doing in the future. Bring some more people on here with some more information and knowledge pertaining to money, culture, everything. I think I'm gonna reach out this week to some Gullah Geechee folks because it's Juneteenth coming up next weekend, and we need to celebrate it right, man. And we need to know what we celebrating and why we celebrating it. Mayweather's house was broken into, $100,000 reward in the leading to arrest. Bruh, y'all be breaking in the wrong folks' house, man. For real. Why would you break in Money Mayweather's house? Like he ain't got enough resources to find who he need to find. You think somebody finna be loyal to you because you might got $100,000 watch, but he got 100,000 on your head? Come on, man. People want that cash, man. People want that moolah. People want that moolah. Yep, Creasy, you got to get your butt on here. You know what's going on. Cree with the real estate. I got some real estate folks too, man. I'm gonna tap into. We gonna tap into a lot of different people. Why is the stream still behind? Or is it just my screen? Hey, is the screen still rolling? Everybody that's in the chat, do y'all see me now, or is it y'all seeing that other thing? I don't know why that will still be up. If y'all in the chat, do y'all see me, or do y'all see the news that I was talking about the 6-year-old young man? I'm gonna keep it rolling because I see me, but on my Facebook page I still see the old thing. But we're gonna keep it rolling, man. So let's talk about that video clip I just played, man. All right, appreciate it, Mr. Ward.
Families run the world, not governments.
We're going to talk about this video clip right here, man. When he said families run the world, what we need to understand and break down that when you talk about families, if you think about the last names, Walmart, you think about the Waltons, right? That's a last name. You think about East St. Laurent, Aventador. You think about all these are certain people's last names. You know what I'm saying? Versace is a last name. Gucci is a last name. Chevrolet is a last name, right? And when he's saying these people run the world, because these people in the pockets of politicians. And if you don't believe that, or you don't understand that, then do your research. You know what I'm saying? That's what the lobbying and stuff is for. So when you see these politicians do certain things for certain people, it's because somebody's in their back pocket. 100%. Somebody's in their back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's saying, hey, man, I need you to do this. I need you to pass this law to get this done. And that's what eventually happens. You get a bunch of people passing laws. Let me drop the link if y'all want to come in and chop it up. When these laws and things are getting passed, you actually got people in people's pockets or in people's ears with close friends. And we in the black community need to understand that. So when he's saying families running the world, these families are in the upper echelon of the world for a reason, right? And if we built on a capitalistic society, what I'm pinning right now to the whoa, hold up, there we go. I'm pinning the link to the chat on the video chat. If you don't want a video chat, just leave your video muted and leave your camera off, leave your video muted, leave your camera off, and come in and chop it up with me. But these people that
special
run
interest
the world,
groups and corporations.
Stop playing. These people that run the world because of money. You know what I'm saying? They got these big groups that make trillions of dollars either way the stock market goes. Whether it goes up, whether it goes down. I'm gonna bring somebody in to be chopping up with the stock market too, because I've been talking to a lot of people about the stock market. I'm actually up this week. So,
So I believe that every black family should have an LLC. Number one, I also believe in a family model. Don't do business without family. That's my motto.
That's another thing I want to speak on as well. As far as like family, man, like we first have to restructure our families and get these old ideologies out of the way. These old mindsets, these old frames of living and thinking that that's how other people are winning and not. Then we can look back generations, 3, 4, 5 generations, and we can see where we messed up at. Each one of us need to take a certain principle and correct it or teach each other. But we also have to be not arrogant and thinking that we know everything. That's where the saying comes from. It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's most definitely right, Mr. Ward, because we can get into a lot of rooms based on the people we know and not even money. And I don't think a lot of us understand that or been in positions to have that done or have seen it done, is what I'm saying. Because I've gotten in rooms, I know for a fact, I know just on the strength of me talking to one person. You know what I'm saying? Or me spending money at one time, but when I came back the second time, I didn't have to spend that money again. You know what I mean? So I'm getting in these rooms and I'm moving around. And as long as you bringing certain energies to the room, people accept that. People love that. They don't want the negative energy around them, right? They want the people around them that brings them ideas. They want people around them that push them and motivate them to do some other things. And we have to understand that too, that's very, very important. You know what I mean? It's very, very important. But also we have to start understanding money, because when we put money into play, a lot of people like to get greedy or people don't want to do as much work. And we all know that you have to put in the work to build these businesses. I've been building my Beat website for years. I've seen some sales and I've seen no sales. But I'm going to keep it going because that's what I'm focused on. And a lot of people don't want to put in that work, or something going on with that. I'm going to jump out of that. A lot of people don't want to put in the work or watch it take time to flourish and grow. They don't want to plant a seed and watch it grow 2 years from now, 3 years from now, because that's what it's going to take. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes 8 weeks for a seed to start sprouting, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not sadly mistaken, it takes about 8 weeks. So from the time that you plant the seed to the time you water it to the time you see a sprout coming up, and I'm not saying a full plant, I'm saying a sprout. I'm saying a little peek out the grass, right? It's about 8 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. 6 to 8 weeks. I'm gonna say that much, 6 to 8 weeks. But we're gonna keep it moving in fine fashion. I don't want to get hung up on
I know
just
for
one
most
spot.
of it, that's crazy, right? Because we was taught don't do business with family. But
they crazy.
That's only true for a dysfunctional family. Let's work.
Understand what he just said. That's true for a dysfunctional family. So if you want to build business, I need y'all to get y'all families in order. And that means me and you going to have to step up, and you're going to have to start teaching, and you're going to have to start leading. We can't do it without men in the household. Or we can, but you know, it's a lot of other, excuse me, y'all. It's a lot of other emotions and stuff tied into it. And to be honest, men learn better from men and women learn better from other women. And that's the way we need to start teaching our kids. PPP should teach people that every family should have an LLC going forward. Hell, listen, I wish I had my air horn. Burr, 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 burr. Yes, because when this pandemic hit, if you had an LLC with your family, you would have a legitimate business, and you could have got that LLC and reinvested in your family and came up tenfold with no problem if you did the money right. You know what I'm saying? But that's also going back to studying the money, to understanding how it breaks down, how to write yourself a check, how to write your kids a check for weekly chores and stuff like that. I've seen many videos on it. I don't have my kids in the household with me, which I wish I did. That would have been the number one thing I do. But just to go back to the family aspect of it, my son drew this logo. My son drew this logo. I played him the song, and I just gave him an idea, and then he came and drew this, and I paid him for it. You know what I mean? So if I had everything set up right, I would have wrote him a check for this versus just giving him cash. But my son drew this logo. And he's gonna draw a couple more logos for me. Couple art for my beat albums and stuff like that. I'm finna fix this computer that I had, and he's gonna be one of my go-to artists. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to teach my kids how to grow themselves and how to, hustle on their own without, need me to be there all the time. They know how to go. He inboxed me the other day and was like, "Daddy, I drew this picture of this girl on TikTok and I sent it to her." And I just keep getting on him. I'm like, "Man, you got to build your Instagram up, because my son is fire." And I'm not saying it because he's my child, because to me, at his age, he's better than I was when I was drawing. He makes me want to get my pen back out and start drawing. And that's another thing that we have to have, inspiration with each other. You know what I'm saying? We have to inspire each other in our own household. When we can do that, then we can grow as a family and build that infrastructure. My kids get mad at me all the time. I bought that Tamika Mallory book, State of Emergency. State of Emergency, How to Survive in a Country That You Built. That's Tamika Mallory's book. I'll finish reading it this week, but I bought them that book. Hey, they got to read that book. You know what I'm saying? They got to tell me what's going on in that book. And I said I was going to do a report, to make them do a report during the summer, but I might not. But that's one thing that I've been doing consistently every summer, is to buy them a book so they can read in between school. It also shows me, you know what I'm saying, growth in their mindset as well, because two of my kids got honor roll. One of them didn't because he had an 87 in one class. The rest of them was 90s and better. I never did that shit in school, like, period. So that made me proud as a parent. You know what I'm saying? That's just pushing. That's just motivating your kids to do better.
Well, how do we create functional families? The repairment of the family model in the black community has to happen before we get to any wealth. Otherwise, it's only one generation. They call it the
right. So what he's saying there that I completely agree with. If I don't repair my kids' mindset or my mindset into how to grow my family and grow different businesses, then when I make my money 10-fold, 20-fold, you know what I'm saying, 5x, 10x, right? I can't expect my kids to carry that out if I don't bring them along and teach them. You know what I'm saying? I can't expect them to grow as an adult, a functional adult, if I don't teach them, if I just leave them hanging. You know what I mean? So we can't leave our kids hanging. And that's my purpose of teaching my kids everything that I do. I got a beat that I did, somebody's writing to it right now, but me and my son did it. And I'm going to play it on the outro part of this podcast, right? So, but I involve my kids in everything. When I'm fixing my car, changing batteries, my kids know. You know what I'm saying? Changing the oil, my kids know. You know what I'm saying? My son's been driving since they've been 9 years old. Baby girl she kind of scared to drive. I let her drive my truck the other day, and she was kind of scared to drive that. But I told her, all vehicles are the same, but it's just a teaching process, getting them to trust you, getting them to understand those things, right? And that's one thing I want all of us to. That's one thing I want all of us to do, and that's why I even push my homeboys, man. Hey, man, go get your kids, spend time with your kids. Spend time with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that they're mentally all right. It's all about the introduction and exposure for kids. Yeah, because once they introduced to it, it's intriguing to them because they're kids. They want to know more. You know what I'm saying? That's how we program. Shouts out to Mr. Ward, man. If y'all need some information on politics or money, holler at Mr. William Ward. I promise you he won't lead you in the right direction. We've had a couple conversations that's been groundbreaking and building, you know what I'm saying? But with my son, I be teaching him about spending money. I give him some money and I ask him every day, how much money you got? Where you spent your money at? Just so you can know where your money went. That way you won't be blowing your money. And he asked me the question the other day because he looking for a job. And I was like, he said, Dad, what's budgeting for? And I said, what you mean what's budgeting for? He was like, do you budget because you get your, that's how you set up how you get your money for your wants or your needs? And I was like, huh? It kind of threw me off guard because I was cooking and we hadn't talked about money all day. So I was like, I said budgeting could be used for that, but it's used for other stuff so you won't overspend. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Basically saying if you make $500 a month, but it costs you $1,000 a month to live, then you outliving, you know what I'm saying, your living wages. Your living wages is probably less than $500. It should be $250. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually save money and spend money in other areas to help grow your money. And I broke that down to him. And he was like, yeah, Daddy, I understand, but I know that's a conversation we're going to tap back in on because like at that time, it was just so much going on that day that I was kind of frustrated and I wasn't like really super focused on what was going on, right? But I'm saying all that to say, like, teach your kids early and they're going to be willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be willing to keep things focused. They're going to be willing to keep things going. But if you teach your kids young, when you start building that LLC, when you and your spouse get on the right track, then y'all can actually grow. And that's one thing too that I want to encourage people to do is to focus on building your communication skills with your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Your understanding, so you can know how she feels or she can know how you feel on certain aspects and be open to ask those questions. We as men shut down a lot, man, and I've seen it in the last couple of weeks. I've shut down in a situation that I had because I got frustrated with some things that was going on in my life, and my queen asked me like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing. But I had to tell her, you know what I'm saying, a day later, like, listen, I just had a moment and I needed to be by myself. I needed to think and process some things on my own. She got mad at me and was like, why you did that? And what? It's like some people speak a certain way, but you have to know how to communicate. And I communicated to her why I didn't tell her. I communicated to her why it was important for me to just shut down at that point in time, because I know how I am. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm a thinker. So sometimes you say something to me and I'm a rattle off 20 different ways that could have went, and you meant it one way. And I'm going to take way 15 and that's nowhere near what you were saying or what the thought was. So we also have to be cautious with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? To understand how we think, understand how we move. And so we can build that family structure, that family infrastructure. And in building that family infrastructure, you have to show your way as a leader, as a man. You have to show that you can manage money. If you can't manage money, pass it off to your queen, right? Because your queen might be better at managing money. Understand both strengths and weaknesses, right? And it doesn't make you less of a man because your woman handle your finances. You know what I'm saying? It makes you more of a man because I know she got my back. If she's that type of person. Don't do this with no person that you've been in a relationship with for 2 months now. You're going to look like a fool. But if you trying to build and establish a relationship with somebody and y'all been together 2-3 years, y'all been got married, you know what I'm saying, and y'all moving on and forward, if she show you those right things, those right ways about herself, then you should be open enough to trust her. If you're going to be with somebody years, then you need to open some type of form of trust, right? So that just comes into building, you know what I'm saying, that infrastructure. But building that infrastructure, I need men to start with yourself first. I need you to start with yourself first. Break down your finances, break down your mental health, and break down your ideas of where you want your family to go in the future, or where you want yourself to go, and make that path and start walking that path. Because while you walking that path, you're going to find the queen. I'm not saying stop what you're doing to go look for somebody else. Don't do that. What I'm saying is stay your course, stand on your square, and keep fighting for what you believe in. And eventually a woman will come along that will complement you and help you achieve that goal. That's always been my focus. That's why I'm not in a rush to be married. Don't marry a person with the same weaknesses as you. That's another one. That's another great gem. Because it's all about balance, man. It's all about balance. If you marry somebody with the same weaknesses as you, that ship is off balance. It can't sail right. You know what I mean? That's just kind of common sense. Like me, I'm not really a people person like that. I am in some aspects, but I'm more of an introvert. I'm not going to marry somebody that's super shy like I am, because we going to be, oh, you want to go and do this? Nah, I'd rather stay in the house. You want to go? Like, nah, man. you have to understand, write a list of those things. And self-reflection is the only way you're going to learn this thing about yourself as a man or as a woman. Sit in the mirror and look in the mirror. What am I weak at? What am I strong at? What is my passion? How can I make my passion make money if you're trying to build a business? Or how can I make this job pay me more? Or how can I get this type of job in another area to pay me more so I can help build my family? And those are the thoughts that you just need to start writing down and accomplishing, like week by week, day by day. You know what I'm saying? Accomplish one thing. I be kind of hard on myself when I don't be making beats. That's why I made one today. Or when I don't write a song, you know what I'm saying, or finish writing a song, because I know that that's my passion, and music has always paid my way when I haven't worked, you know what I'm saying? So I just keep pushing for that, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's DJing, whether it's making a beat, or whether it's studio time, you know what I'm saying? Like, follow your passion, you know what I'm saying? Get you some type of faith, whether it be Christianity, Islam, or you on the comedic science stuff, you know what I'm saying? Find your faith, find your way, you know what I'm saying? Walk your path. But I'm finna get up out of here and jump on this Buck Breaking DVD by Tariq Nasheed. You can cop that at
64 hitting your history in America between.
You can cop that DVD at buckbreaking.com. Buckbreaking.com is where you can cop that DVD. But that's all the time that I have for the night, man. I'm finna jump up out of here. Always be sure, this is the beat that I made with my son that I got somebody rapping on, man. That's why the name of this beat is called Dad Son. But new music on the way, man. We gonna keep this thing pushing. Again, if you want a shirt, it's a $1 Million Smile. I'll be posting that song very, very shortly. It's already mixed and mastered. I have to get the artwork and stuff done for that, but this is gonna be the artwork for that. Which, like I said, my son drew it. I'm proud of him, and I appreciate everything he's done, man. I'm glad that I'm able to inspire him and other people. But dang, I just realized that beat short. Anyway, man, we finna get up out of here. Make sure you hit that cash out, man, so we can keep promoting this channel. We can keep promoting these ideas, and we can keep promoting that black men have purpose and we're strong. Just a bunch of things on the top of the dome, man. But we finna get up out of here. It's been another episode of the Stay Dangerous podcast. I go by the name of DJ 912. I represent DJ912beats.com, Stay Dangerous podcast, and we out.